You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Young and the Restless fans, I've got your 2-week spoilers for April 7th through the 18th. We're going to find out Alan's Endgame. Kyle is going to lose it, and Nick has some doubts. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. If you're not following us, please reach down and click that subscribe button. And now let's get started. On Monday, April 7th, Kyle tells Claire, actually he reminds her, that Victor ruined many of her mom's past relationships, and Kyle makes it clear he's not going to let Victor do that to them. But based on everything that's being put in her ear by her granddad, Claire actually questions if Kyle and Jack are plotting against Victor because she saw them with their heads together. But Kyle gets a little defensive and explains that he and Jack have found out that Victor planted a spy at Jabot. Meanwhile, Summer is pouty and jealous when she runs into Claire and Kyle, and she reports to them that her mom, Phyllis, is still plagued with nightmares. Summer is very annoyed when Claire and Kyle talk about some cute things that Harrison has been doing. And Chance finds Summer giving Claire and Kyle the stink eye as they leave. And Chance accuses Summer of jealousy, and she finally admits it. That's long overdue. She gets a little boozy and says that she wishes Claire would just disappear, and talks about how upset she is that Kyle chose Claire over her, which is not exactly how things went at all. Kyle chose Audra over her, and then they got divorced, and then he started dating Claire. So that's the actual order of things. Chance feels like this is the official end of them. I think he is just about tired of Summer, and I agree with that sentiment. Victor offers Audra a cushy job running a division of Newman if she can get Kyle away from Claire. Nate stops by their table and accuses Victor of lying to Lily. And then Nate wants to know why Audra was chatting with Victor, who reminds Audra that the offer he made is very time sensitive. Chance tells Nick, Phyllis, and Sharon that he's gotten a lead on the poison gas device. They traced it to a clinic near Paris, which Sharon thinks points clearly to Alan. Chance says there's more to it, but he can't tell them. But Phyllis thinks the Paris lead could also point to Ashley's involvement, but Sharon and Nick both disagree. Sharon also tells them about her chat with Traci about Alan and the alarms about the gas and all that. And Phyllis wonders if Nick and Sharon should delay their trip to London with Faith to see Noah until all of this settles down. Phyllis and Sharon are both quite worried, but Chance promises he is gonna crack the case. And Nick thinks Chance is doing a good job pursuing this Alan angle and is going to keep the ladies safe. Tuesday, April 8th, Phyllis and Sharon are quite determined to get justice. This is yet another thing they can agree on. They want their kidnapper and tormentor to pay. Traci is in distress, and she makes a call on Tuesday, and Ashley Abbott is back. We've known that Eileen Davidson was back filming for a while, so this is exciting. And she is walking in the door to some Abbott upheaval. Jack sits down with Ashley and asks her if she thinks it's possible that it was actually Martin who lived and Alan who died when they went over that balcony in Paris. And of course, Ashley is completely shocked, but Jack's gonna just kind of lay out some of the red flags, and we'll see what Ashley has to say about it. On Wednesday, April 9th, Chance gets some shocking information, and obviously this is about fake Alan and all the leads that he's following up on. Meanwhile, Ashley and Jack continue their conversation, and they are really scared that Traci is not safe, which is absolutely a valid fear to have because I don't think she is. Thursday, April 10th, Phyllis and Sharon form a united front. They have an official alliance determined to take down whoever the culprit is, which seems increasingly to be fake Alan. But I wonder if it's just the two ladies or if there's a third party in part of their surprising alliance. Meanwhile, fake Alan shows up in Traci's room at the GCAC and gives Traci a bit of a startle. She wasn't expecting her fiance to get back to Genoa City so fast. And Traci is determined to get the truth out of Alan/Martin without exposing that she is onto whatever he is cooked up. Of course, Traci wants to believe the best and that he loves her, but this guy is super duper sketch. And I hate it for Traci because I was so happy that she was happy. Friday, April 11th, Victor wants Kyle to pay. Redonkulous. But look for Victor to circle back around to Audra about his offer. And speaking of her, she and Sally catch up this week. Audra may tell Sally about Victor's tempting offer, but if she does, I would expect Sally to remind Audra she cannot trust Victor. Nobody can. Audra is going to consider his offer and give an answer. Meanwhile, Victoria thinks about her painful past with romantic partners and that a lot of it had to do with daddy issues. And I just wonder if it's time for Victoria to take a stand to protect Claire from Victor trying to manipulate her personal life. The week of April 14th through the 18th, Audra makes a decision about grabbing Victor's tempting offer or saying no, so she will not risk her relationship with Nate. But Holden is also not letting up and is busy flirting with Audra. Victor is getting more intent and fixated on getting Kyle away from Claire, but he's also putting his relationships with Victoria and Claire at risk with this obsession, and with him thinking he always knows what's best. Kyle and Claire soon face a big decision in their relationship. Clearly they're falling in love, but Claire is quite torn because she does want Victor's approval. And of course, Summer's a problem. And depending on what she decides, Audra may also be a problem as well. Meanwhile, Victor is planning another really big surprise for Nikki. April 13th is their first wedding anniversary from their very first wedding back in 1984. So I expect them to be celebrating at the end of week 1 or as we start week 2. And we'll see. He's given her a house. He's given her a company. What's he going to give her next? Jack's head on a platter? I mean, really? Diane's excited to show off her changes to the Abbott mansion, although Jack is worried she's gone overboard. This is going to be a very romantic reveal coming soon, and it may balance out some of the stress the Abbotts are dealing with. Meanwhile, Lily keeps digging into Dumas, but soon she finds out she has a secret admirer that may actually be Mystery Man Dumas. Michael has Lauren very worried because he is prioritizing Victor. He insists he's trying to protect the mustache from his own worst impulses, but Lauren worries that Victor is going to drag her husband down.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.